Hello and welcome back to Civ 7. We are starting off a brand new campaign, our first attempt at Deity this morning. I've decided that we beat our Sovereign campaign as Confucius. It was pretty much a straightforward campaign. While we were learning how to play the game, honestly, I feel like we can go straight to Deity. There's only one more in between Sovereign and Deity, so we're going to just jump right up. I want to play as Xerxes, the Achaemenid, and go for a cultural economic style game where we focus on trade leaders. I really want to focus on the treasure fleets in the Second Age and sort of expanding out to the distant lands as well. And we didn't really do a lot with culture in the last game. We ended up in like science and military more than anything else. So I'm going to play as Xerxes. We do have a couple of mementos unlocked, which are a new thing in Civ 7 that give you select bonuses for starting your game. I don't know how broken or unfair these are. I feel like if we're playing on Deity, it's important or good to use them. I'm going to see how I sort of feel about that after a couple of games. But for right now, I figure why not give it a shot. We have one that gives our scouts +3 sight when they use search and lookout. So that one seems honestly super busted. And I was thinking probably starting with one extra social policy slot would be good. The other option is 50 gold for every 100 tiles explored. But this seems more valuable in the long run. Like one extra social policy slot can get us, you know, an extra 10 gold per turn for the whole game or more. So we're going to try throwing these mementos on. So Xerxes gets +1 trade limit with all other leaders. So we're going to try for as much peace as we can. We get culture and gold when we create a trade route or a road. I never built roads last game. I just seemed to build trade routes and it all roaded up. We get culture and gold per age on unique buildings and improvements. So doing things like befriending nearby civs to unlock their unique buildings will be good. And then I guess not overbuilding that much might be valuable. I mean, it's only +1 culture and gold, so it's not like a crazy amount, but it's something to think about. Well said. We're going to start in antiquity. Indeed. His choices are Persia, which is economic militaristic, or Maruria, which is militaristic scientific. I don't want to go militaristic. I took a look at these last night, and I think I'm actually going to go Axum. It's the only cultural economic choice. +2 gold on resources, 30% production towards the Great Steel. We get a unique Navy unit that can do naval trade routes, which is, I think, going to be big for us. We get a unique trade ship that cannot be pillaged and gets longer trade routes. And then we get a gold and culture for adjacent wonders and other howlets. It's an ageless building, does not remove warehouse bonuses, must be placed on flat terrain. Unlocks Songhai. This is traditionally Amina's faction, who is also sort of an economic character. But I thought would work pretty well with Xerxes. So we're going to go for Axum. We're going to play on Deity. Standard. We're going to play on Fractal. I've been looking at the different map types, and they are bad. But Fractal looks the best, so we're going to play on Fractal right now. It's the most broken apart. Pretty much the way it works is that Continents is just 2 big blocks. Continents Plus is 2 big blocks with a strip of islands in between them. Archipelago is not good. It's sort of a mess, but sometimes there's like square continents. Terra Incognita, I think, is 1 singular continent. Shuffle, I have no idea. And Fractal is a bit more random. It's basically a bunch of islands and continents, and then it does still have the 2 strips of islands, but they're a little better designed. They're sometimes a little bit bigger. It seems like it's the most sort of random world right now. Is the trade route limit per civilization? So, for example, you can only have 1 trade route with each civ, but have no total limit. So normally you can have 1 trade route per civ. And so this guy is basically you start with 2 trade routes per civ. And then if you spend influence, you can increase your trade agreements.
Say the word, and Axum shall perch on the gateway between worlds. May only the worthy pass and know its majesty.
Rename Pangea to Terra Incognita. I don't know. The map generation right now is like, I think as now people are starting to get through like their first, second, third game, they're starting to be like, oh, okay, the maps really need work. It's a bit of a common complaint I'm seeing popping up a bit more. Terra Incognita look like Earth. I think when I saw it on there was a Reddit post about it, and I think it was just a single one. So, yeah, someone posted all the map types on Reddit. Just looks like Continents Plus. Okay. Am I 2 per trade partner? So 2 total or 2 per AI? 2 per AI. Before you embark on your journey to create an empire that stands the test of time, take a look at some of the fundamental concepts. Oh, yeah, I know we've done this. Yeah. Great. Are they going to tell me this every single time I play? I hope not. Welcome, Xerxes. A new vision comes to the Axumite people, ready to put down roots in these fertile lands. Your founder has the ability to build your first city. So we've got silk for culture, dates for happiness and food, wine for happiness. Incense gives us some really cool religion stuff later on. What is my settlement view? Man, the food is not great. I am going to build here. It sort of keeps us closest to everything. Actually, good question. So one of the things is that districts next to your city get bonuses, and I can't ever build a district here. So I'm going to be a little bit limited in that. 2, 3. If I build there, 1, 2, 3. But I do get that. You know what? I'll take it. I might have been better off just a little bit over. So, hi. Behold Axum, the cultural center of the Axumite people. Okay. Dudes, these gotta... I don't need these tips every time. Thank you. Oh, Uluru is right here. Unfortunately, it is literally just out of range because I moved. +2 culture on desert terrain for this settlement. You know what? That's fine. We're going to build our second settlement up there. We're going to do an early focus for it. Let's search because we have +3 sight. Thanks for our memento. This seems absolutely crazy busted. That's so much range. If we build a second settlement up here, we've got lots of good spots, lots of good culture. We've got a mountain up there. We can get for some good adjacencies. So bonus just traits doubles your trade routes. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely good as long as you can stay at peace. Sailing would get us some early fish. Great question. We got plantations. Soffits for camps and woodcutters. The potteries for clay put mines and quarries. This also gets us our unique trading boat. So let's go for trade ships early on. We're going to go for a second scout right away. I was going to say let's go for triple scouts. I think I still will, even with this busted startup building. So that's good food and happiness. This is also by far our best square. So let's get these dates online right away. Which do automatically get plugged in. Oh yeah, if we build like a city here, then we have some really good mountain adjacency bonuses, as well as the natural wonder. We get all this desert. We could probably build Petra. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. These dies are just out of range. I could build a city here and collect all these resources. But I feel like here's going to be a little bit better. We'll do some thinking. Why restart from the game last week? We beat the game last week. It's complete. We're all done. I don't have the gold to do this, which is a shame because it would have been culture. But I'll take the gold in the meantime. Who am I to complain? If you found to the east of the ivory, you could get the dyes. Yeah. And I'd be able to get that cotton. I build something else down here. Let's go 1 and scout. A new continent? So does that count as distant lands then? This is clearly tundra stuff up here. Yeah, a city right here is perfect. Though I could also do a city here. Here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, actually, that would be even better. I'd get those dyes instead. I guess the thought right now is I want all of these desert tiles to go towards whatever city has Uluru. Yeah, so I actually do want to build the city right here. Because it'll be able to get all of the desert. And it can become like a really good cultural city. Shoop. Happiness in the capital and 10% culture in a celebration. 10% culture. Well, I guess for right now, let's move across down here and try to pick up this wine. Big Flaw and Civ has always wanted to settle next to rivers or coasts. Yeah. Don't know why I hated inland cities. Just because you want boats, right? The colors in the settler lens mean basically red, bad, blue, good, yellow, mediocre. Start a petition to rename Uluru to Uwuwu. I'm going to start saying that, honestly. No problem on this end. This has got to be... That is the ice wall up there. So let's head east. We can save that goodie hut for later. I'm going to go triple scout. I do want to make friendships, so... He's going to take a look around. I keep forgetting that mountains block vision. Interesting landmass. Okay. Camels are super valuable. We also have some camels down here. 1, 2, 3. In range of our city, too. 1, 2, 3. Oof. I feel like Axum is maybe not in the best spot. Culture from desert tiles, so not quite Petra, just Uwu culture. We have met Napoleon. Napoleon and the Egyptians. Open markets, cultural exchange. He supports open markets, so we get a bunch of money. Where did we meet him? This is a problem I have. I don't know where he actually is. Machiavelli.
Niccolò Machiavelli, per servirvi. In qual modo potrete voi servire me?
I don't have enough to be nice to him. But this certainly makes the argument to like move up in this area faster, because that's clearly where he is. There's our scout. We are 9 turns off growth. So let's get a granary. Food on farms, pastures, plantations. I mean, double plantations here that are going to stay forever. So that warehouse makes a lot of sense. We'll pick up the wine. Keep shuffling. This looks like maybe a settlement. I don't think that's possible, though. Newton, hello, good morning. Civ 6 fresh water gives food production boost. Civ 5 gave healthy boost. I mean, I get the vibe that maybe it is just like access to resources more than anything else in this one. Gives a lot of housing in Civ 6 as well. Yep, true.
The river there is like our veins. The veins of the world.
Grand Canyon. 2 science on flat terrain of this type. Okay, that's also a goodie hut. Machiavelli wants a local festival together. I can either take +2 influence a turn or +3 happiness. I actually can't afford the happiness. That's his capital. He's Greece. It might be hard for us to get to that before he does. Damn, dudes. 23 science? How's your science so good? And this is unfortunately a dead end down here for you. We got to get some ability to navigate. We'll get embark very soon, so you know what, if that's the case, why don't we just put you here, do a scout around. So he's going to go across to this island, and then he can go across up to there. Again, I can accept this, but that's about the best I can do. Berserk, hello. If I may ask, what map type do you choose? The reg continents isn't doing it for me. So I chose fractal because from what I have seen, it looks like the most randomized map world, I guess. You don't necessarily end up with a ton of people on your continent. The continents are a bit more like broken apart. At least that's the vibe I am getting from them. You know what? I'm actually just going to scout here. Where the hell is Napoleon? Here, maybe?
The fair breeze blew.
I need 170 to befriend these guys. They are a military faction, so if I don't get them, it's not the biggest end of the world, but they are also like really well located with double silk. So if I could befriend and integrate, as well as having our Uwu capital over here, that would kind of give us a nice control of the seas. And then we could probably slap 1, 2, 3, another building right here. Get double ivory. The kaolin, the camels, the gypsum. Can't get that ivory. Actually, those camels are going to go in here. So I could actually build this guy like all the way down here and pick up these dyes as well. We got options. Dude, you have a lot of influence, Napoleon. I'll take your culture. I appreciate all these like kind things that we're doing for each other. We're being real homies at the moment. Let's pick up pottery. I don't have an animal to be found anywhere. Our bonuses, we can build the Howlet. Culture for each adjacent Howlet and Wonder. The Great Stele, which we get bonuses towards. Grant 200 gold when you construct a wonder in this settlement, including this one. +1 resource capacity on settlements on coast or navigatable rivers. So these are all very good bonuses for us. I also like the idea of getting us a Pantheon right away. So I tell you what, we're going to do that. We're going to go for the Pantheon, and then we'll go for the Exomite Civics. We'll go for a Classical Republic, I think. There was a goodie hut over here, but I see it's been stolen. Another military faction. Man, maybe I should have actually went for that goodie hut early. Here, I could transfer 40 food for 50 gold. That's a lot of food, though. Like, that's for almost 5 turns of food. How much do things cost to buy? 120. How much is this boat? No suitable location to spawn this unit. What do you mean? I have an ocean right here. +4 combat strength on coast. It has 1 charge to create a naval trade route. All right, we're going to buy the extra food. Why not? You're going to come across here. Pick up 45 culture, or we could get production and happiness towards the next celebration. I'm going to take the culture because that'll rush us on religion a little bit faster. And if we could get a desert-based religion with Uwu here, potential to build a very, very strong desert focus place. Game still has start biases, right? It wouldn't start Egyptians out in the tundra. There are different bonuses. Like I know, yeah, Isabella starts next to a wonder. Or maybe it's just whatever she had in the last game started her next to a wonder. The map is generated around the civs rather than the other way around, like Age of 4 Wonders does that. Okay. I can't believe they replaced Lincoln with some chick. Harriet Tubman, some chick. Check yourself, dude. They're putting out more leaders. They don't even have a British leader right now. So, you know, they're trying to focus on not just the classical leaders that we've had in the past. Which, I don't know, potentially provides for some more interesting, different sort of traditional gameplay styles from what they've had previously. Bring those leaders out with that DLC box. Exactly. Gotta make that paper. Shouldn't I be able to grow to you right now? Okay. I guess let's make the fishing boat here, and then we can pick up the culture next time. You want open borders? I'll give it to you. And I need, what, 170 on this guy? Well, it's going to be a while. Taking risk with known civs. France is that every other time. I mean, France has like 4 leaders this time around. It's a bit nonsense. But also still lovely. Till classical leaders are back for free. I'm not buying it. That's fine, dude. Then don't buy it. I mean, if your opinion is just calling Harriet Tubman some chick, frankly, we don't want you here. Get over it. You sound like the person who's also complaining that DEI is ruining all the video games. Ain't interested. No Gandhi? There is currently no Gandhi. I think that's actually the biggest outrage about the game. Just because of the classical nuke meme. Ooh. Ah, this is where Napoleon is. How did he find us so fast, if that's the case? There is no way he should have been able to spot us this early. More military civs. There's nothing but military civs on this place. Facts, right? No funny nuke man is also an outrage. That I will give you. Famine has left breeders without sufficient pasture. 300 gold for a horseman. I'll take the 20 food. No problem. Okay, now I can build a dhow. So I guess I just needed a fishing boat. 200 gold for a dhow. And then I could probably sail him over to Napoleon. You have built your granary. I need you to start building a settler. Actually, I guess flip question. The settler is also 200 gold. Now we enter the question. Do we go for a settler or a trade route? You are accessible via sea. You're not. Surveyors have devised a special rod for measuring coastlines. 45 science or 75 happiness towards the next celebration. Where do I see how much happiness I need for a celebration? Like 45 science, that's going to knock off a lot of turns here. But celebrations also get us huge cultural bonuses, which don't really matter that early. Let's go with the science. Grab the early pottery. Ironically enough, the monument is down here after animal husbandry. There's the Great Stele, which we're going to get through something else. So I tell you what, yeah, we're actually going to go animal husbandry and masonry, I think. And then I'll try to get this guy to scout up that way. This is a much more interesting map so far. Australia is our continent. Oh, I didn't even realize that. And Gondwana is over here. Civ 5 now Civ 7. Thinking of Civ 3. Joan of Arc. Mary de Medici. Civ 4 had Louis, but I didn't play it. $4 off that settler. Huh? How does Napoleon have a scout over here? I actually don't understand. We're going to go for this double opener with the settlers. So if I go here is what I said. Oh, no fresh water available on this tile. So that's what the blue means. Blue means there's fresh water. Yellow means no fresh water. Red just means you cannot build here. Or maybe it just means it sucks, actually. It's not entirely clear. And it looks like freshwater is probably just +1 happiness. Yeah, we're going to go right here. Right here. Right. Where are we going? I want all of these desert tiles, which is really annoying because it means Axum can't grow in that direction. Yeah. I think that's the right choice, though. If I had noticed Uwu was here earlier, I would have done this a bit differently, but... If I go here, I get those dyes. If I go here, I get that cotton. If I go there, I get the dyes and cotton. But lose a couple of desert tiles. I lose like quite a few desert tiles. And I lose all the ones around this wonder. Yeah, we're going to go here. I am trailing in culture. Again to Napoleon. Who knows what he has going on right now? Axum is on red territory. It's red because it's next to another settlement is what it's saying right now. It wasn't red when we first founded it. Though I absolutely see how that is confusing. The Hadas River has flooded. I do not need military aid. I will just take this for the gold. Thank you very much. So now obviously wondering, are you at war with each other? Another military faction down here. Low-key, kind of outrageous. Okay, Napoleon's pumping out a lot of army units already, but I guess he's got to go through Machiavelli to get to me. Machiavelli went east for Sparta, which is great. I am going to try to get these guys. I think the silk alone is worth it for me. If we're going for a cultural gameplay, that silk is going to be huge. Technically, that would also give us the ability to get 3 silk if we wanted to play as Ming again. 3 settlements, the city center is adjacent to a coastal tile for Chola. Here's the problem is they don't actually tell me what these factions do if I click on them. Which is a bit annoying. But I don't know. We'll figure this out. Why our founder started directly to the east? Because it has fresh water from the lake and the oasis. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, you're right. Lake might be freshwater versus coastal, which is, I guess, seawater. Only leader that appears in all Civ games is Shaka. What about Isabella? Has she not been in every one? I feel like Isabella has always been a thorn in my side. This guy is denouncing me. I'm gonna have to reject this. I get that that's 120 influence, but my goal is to be friendships with everybody. So if I can stop a denouncement from happening, I can keep the great trade empire going. Wow. How nice it must be to have this much land in Napoleon. Here I am starting in the middle of the ocean. Looks like there might be something here we can scout. Getting to know an ally creates a monumental shift in people's understanding of themselves. The larger effects on empires remain to be seen, but change will be a constant. 25 influence or +1 influence in all settlements. I mean, this is better in the long run, right? Napoleon's actually friendly with us right now. Like civs with the highest culture per turn, dislike civs form alliances with each other. What's your agenda, Machiavelli? Do you have one? Likes leaders at war with anyone but him. Noted. Roll, keep sailing across here. I'm going to scout with you just to check the seas. I guess I could like put a settlement here or here if I wanted these fish and these dyes. You know, I could put a town here. It would be very funny. Though I don't think you can actually take open ocean tiles.
There is another world, but it is in this one.
Napoleon pumping out a lot of army units already. European leaders in the 1800s. 3 camels for the Abbasids might also be possible. Yeah. I guess remember is like we want to go cultural and economic is our goal. So did I watch Die Goomer Baron? Dude, no, I don't believe so though. I don't know what that is in English. So he wants my land too. Everybody wants my land. 2 gold in all settlements or production and science. I'm gonna keep what we have right now. Hi, Mona. Yes, you are a big cat. Let's say hi to everybody. It's time to say hello. Hi. You want to chat into the microphone? Do you want to say meow? Do you just want to purr? Not very comfy, are you? She's trying her best. She's just vibing, chilling with us. Oh my god, you are so heavy though. I don't understand. You're a big cat, but you're not that big. Fur weight. Whew. It's from Disney, was aired in the 90s about gummy bears. Care Bears? Maybe? Disney? I'm not sure. Mysticism to public life. When gaining rewards from a narrative event, gain an additional 10 culture per age. Ageless. Must be placed in rough terrain. I mean, that is pretty nice, but I need to kind of get this stele. And I also want the Hawaii. Influence on the altar. Bonus for mountains and natural wonders. Growth rates in city with an altar. Is there a desert? God of the desert. I'm not sure there is. Culture on quarters with a settlement with an altar. Okay. Healing for units in rural tiles. Food, gold. Production, God of the Sea for fishing boats. That's not a bad choice. That's what we went last time, I think. God of the Sun. Gives us a bunch of bonuses on the altar itself. Wow, everybody beat us to these. +1 happiness adjacency for coast, lakes, and navigatable rivers. Sacred waters. Mines, quarries, settlements with an altar. Nope. Adventures of Gummy Bears. No, I don't know it. Gumsies in Poland? I don't know this at all. So the warehouse bonus is specific buildings like the granary is a warehouse bonus. So a bunch of these ageless buildings give bonuses to rural tiles around them. So like the goddess of harvest could potentially be good for us. Production towards wonders placed in tropical plains and desert terrains. Ooh, buddy. Okay, we're going to get all these elephants. We're going to build this. We're going to have this cultural monument that gives bonuses to all the desert, and we're going to fill this city with wonders. This is going to be our cultural capital right here. Bonuses towards wonders placed in grassland, tundra, and marine. But you'll also have ivory here. Man, we could have like 5 ivory in that city. Ivory, I guess, is camps. Honestly, I might just take Goddess of Festivals. +1 culture. It's not great, but it's also like fine. You're going to build Uhiato, which is going to start by expanding here so that we pick up Uluru. Yeah, so all of these desert tiles now produce 2 culture. That's gonna be crazy good. Crazy good. It's 600 to turn it into a city. Obviously, that's going to take a little bit of time. I'd like you to pretty much just move right up there. Our second settler, I feel like, is probably here. Here, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I could put him here. If I put him here, he gets that incense as well. Yeah, so that's a good spot for a settler. Brimming with discontent. Doesn't look like you are. So I'm going to disagree with that statement. Bit more silk down here. We get another goodie hunt. 45 science or 30 food. I'm going to take that science. We're kind of behind in science right now. And we can get masonry for monuments. Why don't we just pick up animal husbandry? So we got the saw pit. Bonuses for camps and woodcutters. Yeah, I think the way it works is that the warehouse provides adjacency bonuses to anything that's sort of directly next to it. That's my understanding. Cultural bonuses get bonuses towards mountains, wonders, and natural wonders. And then science bonuses are for resources and wonders. Assyrian or Babylon? We are Axum. We're Xerxes with Axum. It's a bit of a weird mix, but it's working for us. My scout over here was killed by a galley. Oh yeah, and this scout's also getting beat up. This is finally a cultural city-state, and there's double silk. Okay, so I want to befriend this guy, and then I want to befriend this guy, and I might also probably want to absorb him. All the other dudes, we are going to completely ignore. Oh, I can get down here with a scout. I didn't notice that. Okay. Alternates get bonuses for additional happiness. Here's my problem. I can't build here until this city grows again. I would like to build this trade ship. costs 200 gold to build it. So the other option is I could just start like pumping up a bit more food here with another fishing key. Warehouse food building, buildable in all ages. You're just a fishing boat. You're a fishing key. You know what? No, let's go with the trade ship first. Because if I could get it to Wasat, I can also do some scouting with it, which is super valuable to me. And that is exactly where I said I was going to build this city, so I'm going to stick to that plan. I think that's a perfect spot for him. I want to rename something for capital. I would just not accept that. But yeah, no, there's no renaming in Civ right now. It is one of the things they say they're working on. So, can't picture Xerxes as a man with a beard from 300, right? Very different vibe the way they put him. Same Xerxes. The Persian Xerxes. Maybe Welsh or elves? Probably not that far off. They got some Elven vibe to them. I guess I do got to be worried about galleys and stuff. Something that's going to be really nice if I set up this city here as well is I will also get control of this entire coast, which is the only way to enter this inland lake. So I will have a natural harbor that all of my cities will also kind of be touching. A mining operation has stumbled across a trove of unusually strong crystals. Spend 1 turn of science for 100 gold or get 30 culture. 1 turn of science for 5 turns of gold or 3 free turns of culture. Civ unlocked. Chola. Among the nobles of the coast, a new and powerful dynasty arrives, one whose dreams lie as much in coin and sail as in crowns and soldiers. They are at present a secondary power in Axumite lands, but could provide vital leadership should a crisis arise. Honestly, we are Axumite lands, but if these guys are a trade-focused empire, they could be good for us. The seat of authority has traditionally been shared among representatives from different towns, but some have begun to argue that those who live in the capital are better poised to delegate issues to the rest. I'll take 10% production towards building everywhere. Thank you very much. This will get me a quarry and jade, giving me 15% gold. Also probably just the best one for us to pick up right away here. Eat that into the capital for now. So this is our opening 3 cities. I feel pretty good about them. Obviously, Axum, I sort of screwed up the placement, not realizing Uwu was here, but we'll live and learn. We're going to grab that early science, which also then grabs us all these delicious desert tiles. And means now with Axum, I can actually build in these tiles safely without worry about losing them. You want local festivities. I will accept this and just take the influence boost, because that's really good for me right now. We'll grab some extra science in here. You're going to move 1 scout. Wow, there is so much land. I can't believe I got this start and Napoleon got this start. What a difference. Strange that he hasn't really expanded that as far as I can see, but no, yeah, he still only has 1 city. The computer is way less aggressive on city building in Civ 7, I've noticed. Australia is just our continent. That's why we have Australia. Over here, it's Gondwana. We're sort of the edge of Australia. I hope Gondwana counts as distant lands, though probably it doesn't. You want open markets. I just can't afford to give influence away willy-nilly right now. Ah. I spent like 8 turns coming up here for this tile, and it got taken minutes ago. Just been beaten on it. Production in camps and woodcutters. That's going to be a plantation. Farms, pastures, and plantations. Clay pits and mining. Happiness for each adjacent wonder. Additional benefits from pantheons. Okay. This town would probably do really well for a saw pit right here, because those will both count as camps. That's a camp and that's a plantation, so the granary is not a bad idea. It would also help this place grow pretty fast. Farms, pastures, and plantations. Do I want to stick this next to the natural wonder, though, is the big problem. That's also an oasis. It's a hard sell. My culture buildings are going to go mostly over here. So honestly, a wonder there would probably be best for me. So these two towns don't use production. At the moment, they don't use production. Yeah. That's actually a great question. It's 550 to reduce them, to increase them to a city. Maybe I should just save up and go for a city. Why is your happiness so bad? I wish that would explain. I'm a bit worried that that city is going to do something like try and flip. We love the assembly day. Your government grants a choice between these effects on a celebration. For the next 10 turns, we can take about 2 culture or production towards constructing wonders. Let's go with culture. I'd like to explore this way, but you'd be locked in against these very militaristic hostile villagers, so maybe not. He's going to do some exploration. He's working on a fishing key. I don't have any of these wonders unlocked. The Great Stele is the one we need to do. It must be built on flat terrain. And so it basically has to get built in here. So I should try to get this to a city ASAP. Rat. Bastard. I can't believe he just did that.
A vapor like an oven's fire boiled up for days from the depths of the sea, and the whole place
So sneaky.
burned like fire.
Never played Civ. Is it good? It's very good, I would argue. Ooh! Ashoka, the world conqueror. And Thera, which is a natural volcano. Man, there's a lot of military guys up here. I'm going to give him the friendly greeting, because I think that's the right idea. I'm going to start befriending these guys right away. I need access to the silk, and I absolutely cannot be losing it to Greece right now, so... I think some people do hate watch the new Civ. I mean, a lot of people do, yeah. Shockingly so. What an interesting continent. So we have 4 factions on our continent. Ooh, another cultural group up here. I think I'm going to head west with you. All right, he was kind enough that he at least expanded to the northeast, so I should be able to claim this tile next for the marble. And then I'll try to claim that to make sure I get the cotton. You're going to build here so that we can set up for these elephants. Oh, right. I guess I need to grow out if I want that to be. I mean, I could build a brickyard, and it would play off of that. Again, I'm not actually sure that they need to be next to each other. Is it science buildings are based off of production, and science buildings are based off of resources? So if I can build a production building here or a science building, it'll get a 3 point, which is like super, super, super valuable. Same thing if I could set one up over here. You want a cultural exchange. Well, I can't support it, but I can't accept it. You want local festivals? I will take this in exchange for the influence, for sure. We're going to have you explore a little bit. You're going to start heading west. And we'll keep exploring. Heroes of Might, Magic, Alpha Centauri. Yes. Okay, if you played Alpha Centauri, you've played Civ. Alpha Centauri is Civ in space. So... people don't want to like the age mechanic. The roster is a little narrow. American Culture War stuff. The UI is unfinished. Yep. Elements that are clearly placeholders that made it to the final game. It's actually stuff that got replaced, weirdly enough. So there was a lead designer on the UI that got removed from the project in late 2024. And none of his work made it into the final game. Now, why this is, I have no idea. No idea. I don't know if he was fired. I don't know if he left. I don't know if there was a contract thing. But I suspect we'll start hearing the story about what has happened over time. So some people don't like changing civs. Some people want to play as a specific group from beginning to end. Yep. Yep. Disappointed the game doesn't reach the 21st century. So there is stuff sort of hidden in the code files right now that people have been data mining. That leads to believe there's going to be a 4th age added, the atomic age, which will be all the 21st century stuff. And there's a couple different leader packs, leaders that have been shown in that as well. As well as something about pirates. So probably based on like the pirates game mode from Civ 6. Howlett's Great Steels. And resource capacity and settlements on coast or navigatable rivers. So you need to grow here. Lock down that Merbs. This is my Civic tree. +1 gold on quarters adjacent to the coast. +2 gold and culture for every active trade route. Altars and monuments give culture adjacency with the Hawilti. 15 golden cities adjacent to the coast. I mean, this is literally all of my cities. The Tao exhorts zone of control, +2 culture on resources on or adjacent to the coast. I mean, okay, all of these are really good for us. I need to pick up Code of Laws if I want merchants. So I'm gonna just push for that, and then we'll push for Axamite. I think that's the choice we should go with. I'm going to scout down a little bit around here. If I could get to these cities for trade routes, that would be nice. Mycenae is going to grow again, and he could grow... Well, he can't grow there, actually. He can only grow here or here, so we should be safe to pick up that cotton before he can. Another cultural group down here. I wish all those cultural groups were up by me. Real pity that they're not. Oh, this is a full-on mountain chain. Okay. That's a little bit unexpected. You finished building something. Culture for each adjacent Hawalet, adjacent wonder, +1 culture, +1 culture. Ageless as well. Right. But I have to build it in existing places for each adjacent wonder. So I think I'm probably going to end up putting a wonder here, maybe, so that there's wonder, natural wonder, and a good spot right there. So if I built an altar here and a Hawalet monument here, I could build a Hawalet monument here as well. At least this is where my brain is at the moment. Boats. Enemy boats. We're going to head to sea with you, and I think we'll just carve up here. Let's have some more scouts. Is my town being attacked by this galley? Oh my god. I guess. I guess a slinger. Because you can't attack otherwise. This tile will get me camels. It's also like pretty good in terms of resources. I'm gonna have you move one and scout. Okay, nice big landmass down here as well. All right, that's Galley Central, so let's get the heck out of there. Dude, I don't know if I can get naval trading with any of these settlements right now. I actually don't think I can. These guys are a scout and a warrior. Hydro check, thank you. Fair enough, but with the rough launch, it's like bad optics for some people. Yeah. Can we travel up this river? I don't think we can. I think you need rivers like this. Or like this. But you know, you might be right. We might actually be able to. Here's a question. How did this road get built? Like, I don't have a trader. Wow, you do no damage. Okay, you better build fortifications if that's the case. I'm going to take money for combat strength. And again, money for combat strength. Let these guys fight each other out. Ooh, I guess if I set the Dow up here, I can maybe use him to fight this galley. I didn't really think about doing that. Yeah, this scout's dead for sure. I thought he could move more than that. I think I'm going to lose this city right now.
80 miles in length, which was to separate the barbarians from the Romans.
There's walls. Is there any chance I could build? Can I buy walls? No shot. No shot. Somebody else. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the agency. Roads just pop up just like in real life. Well, very specifically, traders have an ability where they're meant to build walls. So that's why I find it confusing. Man, I'm like kind of don't want to put money into this city right now. Because I'm scared about what's going to happen to it. Happiness and influence, production, food, and gold. +1 settlement limit. I guess getting to navigation is going to be really important to us. So I could go writing currency into navigation. Might not be a bad choice. Some extra cash money. Yeah, you know what? I think these... I don't know. Maybe this doesn't count as a navigatable river. I'll try to find out, though. You are building the pit.
Do nothing which is of no use.
He does seem to be no longer attacking me. I could give this scout +1 sight and movement, but honestly, I don't feel like it's needed. He's my only scout who's still alive, and with the special ability we get, I'm not like... Hakakuji is also here. Here I thought we were on a reasonable, not too crowded continent. And it looks like everyone is on this continent right now. This is an extremely valuable place to build a town. And if I built here, I could actually get both those, and that. He did build here to try to make his way to the cotton, so I'm just going to build this coastal tile and take that cotton from him. It's a slightly better one. You're going to go code of laws, get that merchant, and then we can build up some trade routes there. We can also start building roads between these towns. I have been given my first army commander, which is nice. We'll put him on barbarian protection for now. So we're making good money. We're making really good influence. Our science game is abysmal, as is our culture game, as is our happiness game. This settlement has a lot of good resources. All right, we're going to move over here, and then I'm going to try to do my scout ability probably next turn. You have 25. This guy has 29. God, there's another scout there. I am fortified, so there's no reason to not start attacking. I'm going to move into my own territory. I get this feeling like I need more people defending my settlements right now. Let's scout. Okay. It's a bit of an idea of what's going on there. I did get attacked here by this galley, but it does look like I am winning the fight. That being said, I don't think I can win against two of them. So I'm going to have him park there and repair. We're going to keep whittling down this guy. It's also giving... This is a good way for us to farm some experience. Waves of enthusiasm. Local leadership heard the raucous cheer of the Dao sailors as the defeat of their enemies and wish to build Daos of their own. Numerous engineers are requesting the Dao remain in port for a time to be studied as a model. That's a permanent 25% production towards building them. I'll take that. You're trying to denounce me. I'm going to have to reject that. Unfortunately, I'm just going to have to accept this gold. You're going to vibe. You're going to move over this way and do some more exploring. I might be able to get this scout to come over here and then figure out what's going on in the rest of this land. Does Deity change the barbarians as well? Hard to say. I didn't really get attacked by a lot of hostiles, but I didn't have so many hostile barbarians last time either. It does feel like there are more hostile barbarians than normal. But also, like, it looked like this galley was going to take the city, and then he just stopped. Outlet monument. So I was going to build a monument here. And I think that's still a good idea. I am also concerned about the lack of military units I have going on. But I'm going to do it. How much... Oh my god, convert. Yes. So this city is now actually a city, which is amazing. It's 36 turns if I want to build a Great Stele, so that's not really efficient. At least not yet. Clay pits, mines, and quarries. If I swap a bunch of ivory into this city... It'll get a bunch of bonuses. Saw pits on camps and woodcutters. So that's a camp. So if I built a camp woodcutter building here, I'm willing to do that. Didn't expect there to be an enemy right there. 240 to build ancient walls. So this city actually produces better science. It also produces better culture. It also has no happiness at the moment, so we better give it those dates. We'll see a little bit how that plays out. I might run this army commander up north just to defend. District raised. It looks like those barbarians are actually razing this city to the ground. Okay. Barbarians are maybe a bit more dangerous than I was giving them credit for. You're going to block him. If that's the case, I do need to race this guy up north. ASAP. And like, how much to purchase a unit? 120. It's going to queue up a warrior. I think I have a little bit of time before they show up, but I can sink this galley with my Dow. Love it. You're going to give me a bonus to influence in exchange for happiness. And you are probably going to get absolutely clobbered by barbarians. Okay, so there's all my scouts are dead. Such fanfare when the scouts are parted, but now the music is silent. Man, I wouldn't mind some more scouts, but I also feel like until I get rid of the immediate barbarian threat, I can't really sail anybody out to do any scouting. They did burn this city down. That's bonkers. Satisfied at last, the writer sits down their quill and has spent countless hours writing down words to scratch them out and rewrite them. 75 influence or a codex. Codexes are like the great work for this age. 75 influence is a lot because I could actually use it to befriend any number of settlements. Being said, like, I'd like to get this guy, but if he's so far away, I don't know if it's reasonable. You for sure we're going to take. I wouldn't mind befriending some of these guys. I just don't want all these military vassals is the problem. What I want is these cultural dudes. All right, I'm going to take the codex. It's +2 science a turn, so... I'm hoping that pays off.
The spoken word conquers all thought.
Special model for the Axomite General. I think all of the individual cultures have individual models, so. Just use the max size, maximum amount of players on the starter continent. Old world is 5. Yeah, I guess in the last campaign we had 4. I think it was 4 and 4 on the 2 continents. But that was on Continents Plus. See people Barb's going to doom us like in real life. They hit him harder, but that's going off vibes on my end. Well, I don't know if that scout would have been able to take that, but that's a bit of a scary moment. A sage advises the incision of symbols into stone will communicate the greatness of Axum to future generations. The inscription's content is hotly debated in palace corridors. Soldiers push for military prowess. Merchants request economic success. And the sage success piety of the people. Give me that culture. This town gets to grow again. I can again get another ivory here. So I'm going to just keep doing that. Oh, nice. Ivory is a faction-wide buff as well. I don't need to slot it into cities. Some flat terrain. I think I'm probably going to put that right here. We pick up writing. Science on all buildings, steel tech. Yeah, let's go straight for currency. You're going to tuck a warrior up in that city for good measure, and then you're going to go back to working on that monument. You're going to just sit in here and heal. You're going to go nappy time. You're going to fortify. You want to give us money. I wish I had as much influence as these guys had. Here's the thing. If I befriend Iritsu, I can get like a special cultural building. An ageless cultural building as well. And I don't know that I need to necessarily absorb them because they're so far up. It might not make a lot of sense. You want to do a cultural exchange, which is very tempting. Can I think about it for a second? So culture in this age is all about world wonders. And if you get the Golden Age, you get Golden Age amphitheaters. Economic is about resource farming. Code of laws, get a merchant, trade relations, slot 7, 14, and 20. Honestly, Silk Roads is probably pretty likely based on the way that my resources are right now. All of your cities from the previous age remain cities. I mean, that's pretty damn good. +1 settlement limit for irrigation. I do need another settlement so I can get down here. I mean, that being said, I could also just like queue that up. That being said, I could probably just purchase that settler. 360. One, two, 3 turns to purchase a settler. Let's think about it a little bit. I'm just going to take the cultural exchange because actually the bonus 2 culture is not as important in this age. %25 progress already made. I got no scouts. We're just building. This Dow is ready to move again, but I could get him down the Bach. I'll need to have him open borders. Napoleon has declared war on Machiavelli. from his massive capital city. He still only has one city. The terracotta army has been built. Oh, dudes, let's take 15% towards constructing wonders for 10 turns. And then I'm going to start building the Great Stele. And then I'll build it here because it'll make these two tiles incredible. I might need to do some things like purchase a brickyard. And if I could shift around some... We don't really have production-based resources, do we? All right, that's already says 24 down from 36. I think let's wait on this settler just because happiness in all settlements for settlement over the limit is -5. So you're at 8, you're at 2, you're at 6. So I'll have a happiness spiral if I get a settler up and running already. Meanwhile, if I was to say slap a brickyard here. I could then also grow the city into this marble. That is flat grassland. Oh, hilarious. I'm building a wonder, but it's not on the spot that all the elephants give me bonuses to. That being said, if I grow into that marble, that does give me an extra knockdown. So that's only 20 turns now. It's a bit better. It also sort of reclaims this land. See how we feel. I will take money in exchange for your combat strength. No problem. I could build more boats. Right now, there's nobody defending this city, so I do kind of feel like at least a slinger for garrison would be smart. I'm a little bit nervous about all the barbs running around. I'm a little bit nervous about Machiavelli bringing an emperor on my edge. Petra, +1 gold in production on desert terrain in this settlement. Ageless, must be placed in deserts. Okay. Well, without a doubt, that needs to be built here in the super desert city. We get +1 free warriors. Well, that's fantastic news. I'm just going to fortify that up nice and cozy. Xerxes' subjects have taken to calling him Shahanshah, the King of Kings. Yet the courtiers that gather daily to sing his praise will not be outdone. Truly, he is Ahura Mazda, the god of fire. 100 gold or 100 happiness. Build 2 monuments, build 2 altars. Gain science. Trying to think. We just built a monument and an altar in the capital, so these have to go in the other cities, which does mean they're going to cost a lot of gold. Altars give happiness and give us culture. So let's go with them. That feels a bit more reasonable. 360 to build altars, though. Shan't cheap. +2 food soup, +2 production. For this cotton. I'm actually going to take that because I want to just immediately slot it into this city. Move that science up there where it's better serving. Give us the extra culture. That knocks a few more turns off of that. With the Code of Laws, we have access to merchants, which means we can finally start working on our bonuses here. Gold on quarters. Golden culture for every active trade route. Altars get +1 culture adjacency with the Hawalti. Let's grab you. You're my first merchant. Can I get you to build a road here to start? Because I don't have a road between these cities. You guys have moved up to becoming a city-state. And I have enough influence to grab another group. Machiavelli has taken them. So, like, I kind of feel like you're the right choice. Just because it gives me control of this bay. I'll show you my newest innovation in the science field. The cheese equation. Equals cheese. Just playing the just released update. Yes. Depends on when they updated it. I don't have any downloads in my queue. Did an update just drop today? 5 minutes ago. No, I'm not playing on that update yet. But I will. Absolutely. We can swap over to that in a minute. Oh, nice. This quest is also just have 2 altars in any cities. Not build 2 brand new altars. We might as well pick up the camels. They're super broken. They are the most hacks. Put them in this city, and then everything else can pretty much transfer into there. It makes more gold, so I'll also put in the jade. Merchants. No friendly settlement within range that needs a road connection back to the settlement. Are you sure about that? Because I don't think that's true. Because there's no road to Axum. Is there? Unless there's a secret road through this oasis, maybe I can't just see. Gouda was 15% of all cheese sold, making it one of the most popular in the world. 15%, one of them. Listen, AI's a mess. We all know that. It ain't getting much better any day soon. I guess I can bring a guy over here and do a sea trade. And then our other DAO is working its way down the Bach. Fingers crossed he can't actually get in there. Pax Imperador has been done. So I can't build a howlet in there. Oh. Well, that doesn't quite fit my plan. Does not remove warehouse bonuses on tile. It must be placed on flat terrain. Huh. both a brickyard and a saw pit would be valuable. You're a granary. I think that's mines and quarries. Just do this. Let's just do that. City's a bit of a mess. For sure, I'm going to move my capital here. Because it is not really working in this spot, so. Betting you place city there specifically to test this. But are canal cities a thing in this still? I think it just kind of builds over the canal. Like, I could build here. And you can't, if you build urban districts on rivers, it just sort of builds over the river. Oh, excellent. He city-state these guys, so they're no longer hostile to me. Which means I should actually be able to trade with them. I'm going to ask him to open his borders. I don't know how it works with these boats. But I imagine I just have to sail next to his city. Certainly, at least that's what I'm hoping. Please let me actually be able to sail next to his city. Tell me that's not just a single sea tile. He told me there was this naval trade route I could make. Please, What? I gotta go all the way around. A wiry senior brickmaker keeps throwing bricks into the fire, and his colleagues are beginning to whisper about him. A supervisor noticed that the bricks tossed in the fire seemed to harden faster. Invest in a brick kiln or continue making mud bricks. I'm actually going to invest in a brick kiln just because my science is kind of garbage. And a little bit of bonuses to that could be good. So I guess I don't really have a lot of people I can trade with right now. Let's start making the settler here. 6 turns and we'll set them up. Hanging gardens have been built. We're 9 turns off the stele. Hill fort bonuses. Counts as a fortification. 6 combat strength when defending. Must be placed on rough terrain. Flat bow, 1 combat range. Allows the trading of Fedori land units. Combat strength to infantry units for everything you're suzerain of. I like the idea of this +2 production hill fort. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to build it anywhere, but we have all these like weird choke points. Needs to be built in rough terrain, it said. It's the only rough terrain I've found on the entire map. Maybe that was not the right decision. You're almost there. Make a trade route. Plus 50 culture. I guess all I needed to do was get within range of it. So this guy should sail from here. I should also get access to all of this salt. Oh, nice. I can put +3 production in this city. Silk Road's milestone. Let's go. Axum becomes a military powerhouse with all this salt in here. That's an extra 60% production towards training infantry units. Oh, I can also trade with Scythian-Neapolis because it's a city-state now. That makes an argument for me to buy a merchant. Wealth flows like land through the river. Economic attribute point. 1 gold per age on the palace and city halls. The trader stops in front of the merchant's stalls, tempted by samples of the crystalline material. The spice is briny and sharp on the tongue. Salt from Axum, the merchant says. If you have wares to sell, they are the kingdom to trade with. You give nice bonuses to food. But I would probably need to upgrade another town. $700 to upgrade you. So we can do that pretty soon. And keep on growing. Icon trade was there in the previous tiles. Test out for science. Is it old save game compatible? Because that'd be sad to abandon this one. From what I saw of the patch, it should be, yeah. It's mostly they're just fixing very minor things. It's like a couple of balance changes mostly.
And consecrated it to Ares.
50% gold on cities adjacent to the coast. Represented signs in the palace. Yeah, that's fine. Who are we? The cultural heritage deepens. +1 cultural points. +1 culture per age on the palace and city halls. Missing taxes. A bad harvest has hit one of Axum's regions, and the chieftain pleads for mercy from taxations. Advisors say swift punishment is the only answer. 200 gold or 200 happiness. I got a question. Where do I see... happiness? Celebration. 19 turns left. 19 income per turn. So it's every 200 happiness. I guess we get a celebration. If I take this money, though, I could actually turn this into a city right away. That's a really good deal. That's a really hella good deal. They'll do an altar. Culture on resources on or adjacent to the coach. That's huge. Gold on the quarters adjacent to the coast. Also huge. Culture and gold for every active trade route. I mean, we're going to get all of that. I have nowhere to display my science codexes, so I'm going to need to build a library. You can take that food, would be really good. Everything else is fine. This boat's going to keep on sailing. He's got 4 cities up and running here. He just like raced up the coastline with settlers, apparently. You're on fire today like a lithium battery. 200 happiness worth 4,000 gold. Arguably. Again, the culture itself is not so valuable in this age. And I can befriend other people with that extra influence. I like that the DAO can make multiple traders also. I didn't realize that. So if I get in range of these cities, I might be able to trade with them. 3 turns on the stele.
Money was the most important thing in life. Now that it is.
Calm down, Oscar Wilde. Has one charge to create a naval trade route. Okay, so it's not actually infinite. I'm going to pick up irrigation because I need the +1 settlement limit right now because we're literally making a settler. And you need a place to put codex slots. I mean, this is not a bad spot. It's got 2 resources. You're going to go here. Oop. Will you open your borders? No. It's a bit rude, isn't it? Tornadoes. Our rivals in the Mauryan Empire, Ashoka, have begun to work on the Great Stele. But I completed in 2 turns, so I should be fine unless they have the most insane production we can ever possibly imagine. This city seems to get attacked more than anyone else, so I'm going to move down there to hang out. You're going to create a sea trade route. Civilization unlocked, Majapahit. The merchant houses of the seacoast keep their eyes constantly upon the horizon, where others see an ever-changing seascape racked by storms. They see a world to be discovered and profited from. Axumite nobles tire of competing with peasants while hunting effluents. They request that activity be limited to only those of aristocratic blood. Gold or culture on City Hall. I'm going to take culture. I feel like that's worth way more. You're going to keep sneaking around.
To that place, all the ivory is brought.
Culture and gold for every active trade route is a lot. It's much better than +2 culture on just the palace. It's an extra 6 culture. Axumite Potter considers an inscription for her newest pot, saying, "I am protected by the power of the Lord." As a troop of rowdy children tumble past her delicate wares, she outlines a different message. The one who breaks it pays. A turn of gold or less than a turn of culture. I guess I'll take the turn of gold. Book of the Himerites here. This galley is still attacking me, which is a little annoying. All right, so this Tau has basically explored everything it can here. But it could keep exploring that way next. Sirta has been city-stated. We're working on Uritsu and Sandapura. We should get both of them. Mausoleum of Theodoric. Nice. Very good for us here.
No enemy to follow me.
So every time we build a wonder, now we get 200 gold. Every time we build a wonder in this city, which is the city where we're building all our wonders. Purdy. Yeah, oh, there's real Purdy-like. Adjacent natural wonders, adjacent howlets. Howlet and adjacent wonder. Correct me if I'm wrong. If I build a monument here, it feels like it should be scaling a lot more than that, but... Petra, obviously we need +1 gold, +1 production on desert terrain. Ageless must be placed in the desert. 27 turns. There's not a lot of other desert cities, but it's a bit hard to say. Honestly, the only other thing I'm concerned about here is building production, and if nothing of these actually builds production, so culture for adjacent mountain, culture for adjacent natural wonder, for adjacent regular wonder, for adjacent howlet. So if I build a howlet there, build the monument there, I can build another culture building here. I can build a natural wonder, probably Petra right here. Or like here. What's going to be the right speed on this? The city's like not growing the fastest. 4 turns still growth. Okay. When the news come that the Great Stele was nearing completion in foreign lands, Axumite builders worked day and night to ensure that their building would stand the test of time. Now on this day, the defeated begin to salvage their unfinished masterpiece, but the Axumite people are too busy celebrating. That's fun. Napoleon wants an alliance. My only problem with forming an alliance is that if he goes to war, I'm dragged into it. I also don't know if he's doing very well. He has 0 happiness right now in his cities. He has 1 city that produces 0 happiness. I'm going to say no. I probably don't want that alliance. That seems like a bad idea. Like a real disaster in the making. Did I build walls in this city? Can I build walls in this city? Why not? Oh, I guess because I'm under siege. No suitable location to spawn that unit because I'm also under siege. Okay. I mean, it looks like Machiavelli is probably going to push out this way and maybe even take Wasatch, so he's certainly looking like a better option for friendship. We're going to form ourselves a nice new city over here. I am going to probably purchase walls in it right away. I'm going to get a slinger. And then you are going to be, I think, a mine. I'm trying to remember like what everything needs to grow in the right ways. I suppose something smart here would probably be a fishing key, because this would also allow me to then build a camp over here. Saw pit. Which apparently would give 0 bonuses. Oh, because it's so far away from my city. I'm going to do that anyway. So you can grow right away into, man, triple food, triple cash. Triple food, triple cash, and culture is honestly pretty solid starting location for you. And it gives us dies, which we can then slot into a city. +3 happiness. Oh, Hyatu is doing at -2 right now. Let's get them up to 1. Yeah, whatever. I don't know why. But that's the decision we'll go for. Slinger, you're doing good. This city is free to... I just spent all my money, so I can't build the Dow that I needed to, but everybody else is running away. 15 combat strength units defending in the tile. Probably gonna want that. They seem to be getting attacked a lot here, so... Okay. Turn 69. We're 42% through the age. We're working on our next altar. We got our first wonder up. The economy is going pretty well. We have a lot of resources. We have to slot 20 resources. We have 5, 10, 13 already, with a bunch more being collected down here. I guess scouting out another city, probably right here, is going to be our next goal. Honestly, we probably should have went with the God of the Sea, based on how things are looking right now. But I'm pretty happy with that. I think that's where we'll cut this video. Oh, because we're 4 out of 3 settlements. That's why our happiness is down. Okay, well, irrigation is going to fix that. Let's save this. Let's cut our first video here. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you come back on in the next one.